This week on Cars with Big Boy Trev, we take a look at the Isuzu MUX SUV. We check out its styling, performance, practicality, off-road capability, and of course, give you a value for money proposition against its chief rival, the Toyota Fortuner and the Ford Everest. Catch this and much more on your Cars with Big Boy Trev this Sunday at 5 p.m. only on NTV.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Cars with Big Boy Trev. I am Big Boy Trev and today is such an amazing day. Why? We have something amazing from the land of the rising sun introducing to you the Isuzu MUX SUV ready to take on the big boys. Cars with Big Boy Trev is a unique show, the only one of its kind in Eastern Central Africa. We give you the details about what's happening in our local market and of course across the world. And one thing that we've noted that Kenyans love SUVs. We've reviewed the Toyota Prado, the Ford Everest and many others. But there's that instinctive thing about SUVs. So today on Cars with Big Boy Trev is something from Isuzu. And of course the name Isuzu is synonymous with the Kenyan motoring furniture. Why? From the 60s to the 2021, this particular brand has been there, reliable, durable, strong, and of course, plenty of support. So they've introduced a brand new SUV into the market just to shake up things. And we're going to start this review by taking a look at the design of this MUX. The question is, do you reckon this one will be better as compared to the rivals? We'll start this review by taking a look at the design first. And you can see, again, there is plenty of resemblance. It actually resembles the D-MUX, the sister D-MUX, which has been synonymous, again, with the country. It's been there for years and years, and this particular new model has that design, but now enhanced with a bit of flavor, a bit of je ne sais quoi, or in Japan it's called yoi. Again, how do we start? The grille, trapezoidal slated with the Isuzu name emblazoned on it. Plenty of grille again, denoting that it's a premium brand. Trapezoidal headlamps as well with this signature LED daytime running lights again gives this car that premium look and feel. Not only that, the bumper is two-tone, as you can see. You have the pearl color, then you have this gray that corresponds with it, and of course in between you do have this brown on the fog lights, again giving this car that attention to detail. The designers well thought about this particular vehicle. The lines on the bumper and the dashboard, again this one denoting power, again butch, not overly done, but again gives this car a lot of presence. The low rake windscreen again encourages fuel efficiency. Extremely important in this particular segment, and we are happy that Isuzu have heeded to the call of making this car more efficient. Let's move to the side view and have a look at the design of this particular vehicle. And as you can see, this front fender, there's a bulge. It reminds me of a bulldog, again denoting stance, which is very important because most SUVs are trying to give that image of boldness, because this is a 4x4, it gotta be bold, it gotta be strong, and this one just enhances that. But only that, as you move towards this particular one, you can see these 18-inch rims, which are aluminium alloy, and of course they're dressed in Bridgestone, Duella, high-terrain, all-terrain tires that allows you to have maximum grip on tarmac and off-road. Again, something that Isuzu have thought about, just to make sure you have good tires that don't make noise, but also give you maximum grip whenever you need it. Safety is critical. Now, as we move to the center part of this particular vehicle, again, as you can see, this is the passenger cell. This is where everything matters. Now, Isuzu have added a bit of chrome on the wing mirrors and a side repeater lamp again, making this car have that unique look and feel. You do have chromes as well on the door handles, and you have a side step. That, if you're a Mheshimiwa and you love traversing a beautiful country and you're looking for votes, then perhaps this MUX might be the car for you. I don't know. You let me know on your comments as you see below. Now, as we move to this rear third, this is a very reminiscent kink that you've seen on the previous Trailblazer, which was closely related to this one. But of course, Isuzu have brought familiarity. Familiarity is the name of the game when it comes to making sure that anybody can relate to this particular product. So this one is emotional because I love the Trailblazer a lot, and now the MUX is here to replace it, and again gives this car that je ne sais quoi. Now, as we move to the back, this is where the design phase becomes very interesting. Why? Because this particular door panel has a curve, as you can see, curve, and then you have this chrome bit right here, just give this car that premium look and feel. Not only that, they have infused this particular spoiler just to make this car have that look and feel. Finished with piano black, and of course you do have this third brake tail light to ensure that anybody who's following the MUX from behind can see that you're braking and you're stopping. So it alerts the driver actually behind it. And of course you do have this two-tone commonality. You have the letters Isuzu and MUX emblazoned right here on the left. And of course ESC, electronic stability control, which comes as standard, which not many SUVs have, and of course four-wheel drive. The capability of this MUX is undoubted, obviously. The lower bumper, again, denoting the two-tone pearl color gray, and of course you do have this rear fog lamp necessary when you're driving in Limuru, where there's plenty of fog. Let's move inside and have a look at the cabin of this particular MUX. So guys, you've seen from the design perspective, the quality, the design of this Isuzu MUX. Remember, it's a hotly contested sport where everyone is trying to woo everyone with the different designs. But does this tried and tested design match the interior? Let's get inside and have a look at this particular MUX. And the first thing you notice, there's uncanny resemblance with the D-MUX, the sister. So D-MUX means durability, means reliability. That is something that they've brought in. But of course now, this being a 7-seater SUV, plenty of creature comfort. So they've done away with the hard plastic. Now they actually touches of actually soft polyurethane leather stitched to give it that je ne sais quoi we keep on talking about on cars with big boy Trev. So basically the dashboard has been placed further away to create an illusion of space. And again, as you can see, big boy is very comfortable. There's plenty of it going on. So the highlight of this particular center console is this trapezoidal design. So basically what they've done is to have this curvy sort of design, making it flowing and smooth. And of course, you do have this 7-inch color and touch display that houses one, the radio, two, the audio system that you can actually use a USB port. And if you're old school like myself, you have a slot for CD. So you basically can carry a whole magazine of CDs and place it inside, and you're able to listen to your tunes as you traverse our beautiful country of Kenya. Now, right below this multimedia entertainment system, you do have climate control. The functions have been designed in a circular way just to complement that flowing and whooshy design. Again, it's not dual zone, but it works extremely well. Actually, it is dual zone because you actually can control the different settings at the back. Of course, you have a rear button to ensure that the rear passengers also have maximum airflow as they traverse the country of Kenya. Obviously, right below, you have a port here for the USB port. You want to charge your device. It's got a fast charge port right here to ensure that you're able to maintain charge in your device, be it a phone, be it a tablet, be it a laptop. So long as it has a USB port, you're able to charge it quite easily. You have a cigarette lighter and also acts as another charging port for your devices. Let's move over to the gearbox console. Standard piano black finish, of course, surrounded with this sort of chrome or stainless steel excerpt, which is just a painting, but actually works extremely well. This particular gearbox is a 6-speed gearbox with Tiptronic functionality to allow you to explore the full potential of that 3-liter engine that's up there, and of course delivers 130 kilowatts, 380 newton meters of torque, 4 wheels, 4-wheel drive. Amazing stuff, courtesy of Isuzu. Right below, you do have this switchable on the fly diff lock settings. Basically able to switch from 2 high, which is generally 2-wheel drive, and able to drive on tarmac, 4 high when you need good traction on wet slippery surfaces, and of course 4L if you get stuck in those muddy situations. Then you're able to select that quite easily. I'm going to show you later on as we do the 4x4 segment of this particular vehicle. Practicality is the name of the game. As you can see here, you do have plenty of cubbyholes and spaces. You can actually fit like this flask over here. You have a cigarette lighter that actually allows you to put something inside there. And of course, you do have the center console right here. You can actually place your valuables inside to ensure that nobody sees them. Let's move on to the instrument binnacle. Again, typical Isuzu design, but now it's been enhanced for this particular MUX. It's got its own identity, which I love. Now, left-hand side tachometer, right-hand side speedometer. The italics are very good, and of course, they light up in a blue hue on a black background, so giving that car that je ne sais quoi. Now, the steering wheel as well, as you can see, 3-spoke steering wheel. You do have satellite buttons with the letters Isuzu emblazoned on the airbag side. On the left-hand side, you do have everything that you can control this multimedia information system. At the right-hand side, you have cruise control settings. You're able to use them to remain safe while driving the Isuzu MUX. Now, big boy is comfortable. As you can see, the seat is very, very supportive. I'm 6'1", and this particular seat allows me to adjust to my taste and preference. So, even the steering wheel as well, as I adjust the seats, you can able to adjust this particular steering, both tilt and tilt only actually. How is the rear space? Let's move to the back and have a look at the Isuzu MUX. So guys, I'm at the back of the Isuzu MUX and I can tell you the name of the game is space. This being a full-size 7-seater, there's plenty of room. Legroom is fantastic. Remember, I was sitting here, I'm 6'1", and headroom is good because there's no particular panoramic roof. That allows you to be very comfortable when in the MUX. Not only that, if you're sitting 3 people, there's no hump right here. So basically, you can have the person sitting in the middle enjoy also good legroom as well. And of course, if you want to sit 2 people, then you can retract and extract this particular armrest. And of course, you do have a USB port that allows you to charge. It's a fast charge port. So they've taken into account that people who love doing adventure need to charge the devices quite quickly, so you're able to do that using this particular facility that's been provided. The seats are very comfortable, as you can see. It's contrast stitching, ribbed leather, as you can see, very standard, very comfortable, and you can actually enjoy the drives right here. Now, safety is critical element in this particular category. You do have ISOFIX anchors for your child seats as well, and of course, seat belts, 3-point seat belts for everyone at the back to remain safe. To top it up, you do have curtain airbags that run across to prevent head and thorax injury in case of an emergency or a rollover. That is extremely important in this day and age to remain safe while in the MUX. Now, not only that, entertainment is covered courtesy of this massive 13-inch display right here. You can actually play movies and music using this particular system via the main multimedia interface right there at the front. And everybody can enjoy. The people at the back can enjoy. And of course, you have live surround sound, which is standard in this particular vehicle. Did I mention the sound quality? Just but amazing. They've actually outdone themselves when it comes to reproducing the kind of quality sound while traversing a beautiful country of Kenya. Before I move back, there's actually the second row of seats. You're able to sit 3 children or 2 adults quite comfortably at the back, and it's actually flexible. So this particular seats are 60-40 split, so you're able to carry different types of loads, and of course you're able to lie them flat to increase the boot space. And of course, if you just put on the second row of seats, then again you're able to have plenty of space. So it's very flexible and it's tailor-made towards you, especially when you're carrying big stuff like camping gear or luggage or whatever it is. Able to literally make the cabin very flexible to fit and meet your expectations. Let's move to the back and see the boot space of the MUX. Now, moving over to the back, as you open the soft touch opening of the boot, it reveals over 500 liters of boot space with the second row sitting fully flat. This allows you to carry plenty of luggage. In terms of suitcases, 5 large suitcases. In terms of gunia, then Kenyan speak, you're able to carry 3 of them. Cement packs. If you a person likes camping gear will be enough. And of course, it's very practical right here. But if you lift the second row seat, then it halves to 250. You can still carry a golf club, quite a number of things quite easily. Now, if you love camping, then you do have a power point on 20-volt socket that allows you to charge anything from your cooler to your inverter for your AC components. And of course, you're able to secure your luggage using tie-down hooks that are supplied right here at this particular area. Not only that, the rear passengers, the second row passengers do have plenty of cubby holes and spaces. You're able to literally put your cups and become very practical with that seat up. But if you're not using this particular seat, then you're able to enjoy the full capacity of this Isuzu MUX. And of course, doubles up to 1,600 liters if you put the first row seats, making it very versatile. You can carry plenty of things as you traverse a beautiful country of Kenya. But now, it's time for us to sample the power of this 3-liter turbo diesel, 130 kilowatts of raw power, 380 newton meters of torque, 6-speed automatic, 3 tons of hauling power. It's time for the MUX power. We've just seen from the design phase, the walk around, the interior details, the MUX means business. But it's time for us to sample the quality of the engine, the quality of the chassis, and we start this review by taking a look at the engine. Now, basically this particular engine, it's a marvel. It's been years and years since Isuzu have developed a diesel engine that lasts. So Today on Cars with Big Boy Drive, it's all about this 3-liter turbo diesel courtesy of Isuzu, and we start with the power output. Now, power output is extremely important in this particular category. We start with 130 kilowatts, 380 newton meters of torque, courtesy of a 3-liter 4-cylinder inline turbo with variable geometry turbo. And of course, we have Lancaster balancers for smoothness, and it delivers all that power to the 4 wheels, courtesy of a 6-speed automatic transmission that has a transfer case that allows you to shift on the fly from 4 high, 4 low, and 2 high. And I'm going to explain that later as we talk about the 4x4 capabilities of this particular MUX. Now, this power is so good because it delivers low down torque from as low as 1700 RPM. When I put my foot down, it pulls effortlessly, and you can tell the progression. The gearbox shifts extremely fast to ensure that you enhance the fuel consumption of this particular vehicle and give you the full potential of the car. And of course, it returns you a fuel economy figure of roughly about 9 liters per 100 kilometers, which is not too bad. It's actually very good because you're able to traverse the beautiful country of Kenya, and it's quite fuel efficient. Now, let's talk about the chassis. This particular MUX is based on a box ladder chassis, which is built for the rough and tough of Africa. So basically, it's able to do a little bit of off-roading, and of course, they've enhanced the ride capacity on tarmac. So what have they done? Up front, they've put double wishbones, and at the back, they've put coil springs with Watts linkage. Watts linkage helps the back to remain steady. You don't have that pickup bouncy feel at high speed, and of course, it absorbs all the road imperfections with this. It also allows this car to have good wheel articulation during off-road sections, and of course makes it a very capable 4x4 as you drive along, and that is extremely important in this day and age. The steering as well, very sharp and precise. It beefs up during high speed, so you're able to have full control of the car. You're able to tell where the nose is pointing at any given time, and of course when you're doing slow maneuvers, like when you're parking, then it becomes easy to turn. The steering is soft and nice. So ladies, if you fear driving a vehicle because it's too hefty, then this Isuzu MX might just be the vehicle for you. And not only that, the power in this particular engine allows this car to tow a maximum of 3 tons. 3,000 kilograms of towing capacity, made easy courtesy of this 3-liter turbo diesel. Now let's talk about safety. Safety is a critical element in this particular category. Anybody who's buying an SUV or a 7-seater would want their family to be safe. So what safety repertoire does this particular Isuzu MUX have? I am happy to report that it has actually aced quite a number of tests. Number 1, from an active perspective, we do have ESP, electronic stability control, which comes as standard in this MUX to ensure that you don't lose grip and of course maintain composure during sudden maneuvers. You don't topple over or lose control. Now, it also controls anti-lock braking system, and of course it's got a 4-channel 4-sensor ABS system that redistributes brake pressure effectively, and of course incorporates brake assist, and of course EBD to ensure that you have maximum brake force during an emergency. That is critically important during certain emergency situations. But in case all hell breaks loose, then you can rely on the passive safety features that include 1, 6 airbags that comes as standard in this particular vehicle. 2, a 5-star passenger safety rating that dissipates impact energy away from the cabin to ensure that you and your family remain safe. It mitigates injury. It's extremely important because it allows this particular car to be very, very safe. And of course, the way they've tuned the suspension is quite stable than even the rival. So again, Isuzu, hats off. You've done an amazing job trying to make this particular car extremely comfortable, reliable, and safe. But it's time for us to do some off-roading because this is a 4x4. We want to find out the ground clearance, of course, the suspension, how the 4x4 system works, and of course, head out for value for money. Now, this is what approach, departure, and breakover angle mean? Now, when I talk about approach angle, it is the angle at which the vehicle approaches a ramp. So, right here. So, the distance between the wheel and the bumper, this angle right here is known as the approach angle. Now, breakover angle is the gap at which from the center point of the vehicle and the parallel plane that is right there that ensures that you're able to go over a surface. Now, that is called the breakover angle. Now, departure angle is this. This is the departure angle. When you're leaving a ramp, this is the point at which from the wheel to the top part of the bumper, that angle is now referred to as the departure angle. That is your 4x4 tip courtesy of Cars with Big Boy Trev. So guys, we just stepped off the highway to the beaten track, and this simulates what you probably find when you're going up country, you know, when you're driving to Shags or going to your Shamba or going to the reserve. These kind of roads are prevalent in Kenya, and of course the MUX delivers when it comes to this. Now, let's talk about the 4x4 capability of this particular SUV. So based on the dimension, it's got 230 millimeters of ground clearance, which is pretty sufficient. Actually, is also almost class leading. Now, up front, you do have front wishbone, and at the back, you have a multi-link rear suspension with wax linkage that has long stroke capability to ensure that one, the vehicle is planted on the surface at any given time, and of course you're able to drive this particular quite easily in the rough terrain like this one. So wheel articulation is fantastic, and of course let's talk about the grip. Now in this situation now, it's a dry surface, but it's a mud sort of rut situation. I've selected 4 high. 4 high ensures that you have maximum traction and there's no wheel slippage, and you're able to traverse the beautiful country on different surfaces. But if in this condition it begins to rain and it's wet, then it becomes slippery and you're able to get more traction. And when you get stuck, kabisa, totally stuck, then you switch on to follow. That allows you to be able to unhook yourself. And of course, it works in tandem with the electronic stability control, which actually works like a virtual diff-lock. So basically, it will slow down the wheel that is spinning, and the ESC will sense that, will break that wheel so that you're able to regain traction and you're able to get yourself out of the rut, which is something that is very important, because these days it's the use of technology that allows you to become an off-road expert. And one thing I do like about this one as well is the visibility. You're able to see 360 from all angles. So there's minimal blind spots because of this minimal design of the A-pillars. And also at the back, the mirrors are large enough, you can see, and of course you have side steps so that when you're wading through water, you are able to traverse very easily and not have stress when you're driving this particular MUX. So it's an amazing vehicle for off-roading, very capable, and of course, if you pair it up with the likes of the Toyota Fortuner or the Ford Everest, it should be right there. And of course, the power delivery on this 3-liter is very good. Very torquey, even at low RPM, you're able to get yourself stuck and give you that good quality ride that you so deserve, because Isuzu delivers. So guys, that has been the review of the Isuzu MUX. It's stylish, it's capable, it's got plenty of power, the 4x4 capability is amazing, and of course the value for money proposition. But the biggest question still remains, how good is it when it's stacked up to the rivals? We start with the pricing.
You can get this MUX in the grey import market for as low as Kenya shillings 4.5 million from Thailand, Singapore, Australia and South Africa. And for those asking about maintenance and spares, local dealers still stock spares and parts for this specific variant of the MUX.
Finally, we do know that this particular vehicle exists in a space where there's plenty of competition. Who are the key rivals in this particular segment? We start with the Ford Everest, the Toyota Fortuner, and of course the Mitsubishi Pajero Sport. So do you reckon that this particular vehicle, the Isuzu MUX, gives you absolute value for money? Send us your thoughts as seen on the social media handles below. We'll get back to you next week with the feedback. Well, it's been an honor. Thank you so much for joining us on Cars with Big Boy Trev. If you have any questions, comments or queries, do not hesitate to write to us as seen on the social media handles below. But before I go, how do you catch Cars with Big Boy Trev after the show? So immediately after this particular show, we go straight to YouTube at 7 p.m. for the YouTube premiere of this particular episode. Plus, after that, you can catch hours on end of previous episodes of Cars with Big Boy Trev. We're now headed out to season 8. And of course, we're excited to give you the best of local motoring straight here from Kenya. So you can count on us to give you the best when it comes to anything automotive. So signing out, Big Boy Trev. Drive safe and be safe.
You can run, but you can't hide.